Now we're going to be continuing with the E blues. This is going to be a lot of fun. Everything basically comes down to picking, like when we did the individual strings, like when we did the G to the G major 7, or strumming. And we strum chords like we did before. So we could strum a chord or pick a chord. Picking would be when we're doing the notes one at a time. And then later we're going to combine strumming and picking, which would be like to pick the chord and then strum. We're going to continue with the E blues, and so let's get started. We start with our first finger on the second fret of the A or fifth string. Again, we count thin E, 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, or A string. We're going to start with our first finger on the second fret of the A or fifth string, and I'll come close there in a minute. I just want you to see it kind of back like this. And then what we're going to do now, before we did the strumming down, now we're going to pick the strings individually or one at a time. We're going to pick the thick E string or sixth string down, the A string up. So you get... So let's just get comfortable with that. With your finger there, pick the E string or sixth string down, A string up. And then we're going to shift that. That means move our first finger like we did before to the A and the D, and we're going to pick the A and the D on the right hand. Then back to the E and A string or sixth and fifth string. Then we're going to keep our first finger there and add our fourth finger on the fourth fret of the D for the B chord, or the B power chord, it's called both, and pick the A and the D string. Cover our first finger across back down to the D alone and pick the A and D string for the A chord. And then the E power chord or E chord. Now we're doing the same amount, but we're doing a new thing, which is called eighth note. Before we were doing quarter notes, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Eighth notes are kind of like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you're going to be playing like this now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I'm going to be picking down on the E string and then up on the A. So it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then when I switch to the A chord, my first finger goes one string towards the floor to the D string, and now we're picking the open A with the first finger on the second fret of the D, just like we did before, but we're picking them one at a time. Instead of strumming them down like this, we're going to pick them individually. Then we're going to go back. Then back to the A, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and back to the E, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and to the B, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and to the A, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and back to the E, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then to the B, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and So you're going to learn to do it just like this. You're going to count it off just like I'm doing. So you have to learn to, once you get this where you're comfortable, you have to count as you do it. Like this, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and change. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and change back. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and change. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and change back. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and to the B. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and to the 5/4 B. 2 and 3 and 4 and